Fox 5 Health Watch.
At 45, Ed Sanford of Virginia Highland is getting ready for a grueling triathlon.
He'll swim a mile in open water, then ride 25 miles on a bike and finish up with a 6.2-mile run. But as health reporter Beth Galvin explains, just getting to the start line was the toughest journey of all. Beth?
Lisa and Russ, 2 years ago, Ed Sanford could barely walk across a room or lift his head off the pillow, much less compete in a several-hour-long race. Ed has been through more than most of us can imagine, and later this month, he is going to put himself to the test one more time.
Well, I know you'll have a great ride.
Oh, always do. Always do.
Okay.
All right. See you,
fun.
Chickie. Bye.
Ed Sanford is pedaling on overdrive these days, cramming to get ready for a triathlon at the end of this month. But if swimming, biking, and running until your body just about gives out sounds daunting, it's nothing compared to what this 45-year-old has already endured.
It snuck up on me because I was probably in the best shape of my life.
In the fall of 2004, Ed says he started telling his wife, Libba, he felt unusually tired. Then he found a small lump in his neck that was growing quickly.
I think in the bottom of my heart, I had a real strong feeling that I was sick, and it was not going to be something that we could fix easily. I was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Ed's cancer had spread to just about everywhere in his body. He started chemotherapy immediately, but he and Libba knew he had only about a 20% chance of survival.
I can hardly talk about it without crying. It was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, to watch somebody that I love so much come so close to dying.
But the sicker Ed Sanford got, the more he says he tried to focus on life after cancer.
I visualized where I was going to be one day. I loved cycling, and I saw myself back on my bike. I saw myself running again.
2.5 years later, Ed's life has come full circle. His cancer is in remission, and he's strong enough to be part of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Team and Training Program. April 29th, Ed and about 80 Metro Atlantans will race in the St. Anthony's Triathlon in St. Petersburg, Florida, to raise thousands of dollars for blood cancer research.
Wiggle it. Act like you're dancing with it. Wiggle around.
But first, they've got to master the fine art of squirming into a wetsuit.
Guess I shouldn't have had that extra burrito for lunch.
A little cooking spray and some antiperspirant smooth the way and prevent chafing. And after a practice run in the pool, it's time for the real deal. Frigid, open water swim at Lake Lanier.
It's going to be a bit challenging at first because the water is going to take your breath away.
This is where Ed really hits a wall. He can't stand swimming. It terrifies him, and the water is murky and about 60 degrees.
I hit the water, and it was unbelievable shock to me.
There we go.
But the coaches are there to talk him through it, keeping him calm. Ed is his team's honored hero, but he says what he really wants to be is a symbol of hope.
And hope is not necessarily that you're going to live a long, long life, but that there's hope that you can live a good life.
Yeah, I can't imagine my life without him. And I'm so glad that he's still here.
And race day is just under 3 weeks away, and in a strange twist to this story, Ed's wife Libba was part of Team in Training about 6 years ago. But at the time, she never imagined that her husband would be diagnosed with a blood cancer one day. To learn more about the Team in Training program, you can find a link on our website, myfoxatlanta.com, and just go to the As Seen on TV section. And Ed believes without the cancer research sponsored by Team in Training, he might not be here as a survivor today, because he really had a huge battle.
Yeah, our fingers are certainly crossed for him. How much does he have to raise, and how hard has it been?
Well, Ed, and each participant has to raise $4,000, and I checked his Team in Training webpage today, and he is almost there. He is really close, and it's challenging to raise the money, but they also have, beyond the people people who physically train you. They have mentors who help you raise the money and come up with ways, and you each get your own web page so you can contact friends and family and kind of do things that way. But it's a pretty neat program, and he shows, you know, who benefits from it.
That's fantastic. Awesome. And you mentioned he was in the best shape of his life before this happened. That
yes,
probably served him well too.
Yes, it did, and he fought hard.
Yeah. Beth, thanks.